In this lesson we talk about how to dissect a chord. Sometimes it is useful to know exactly which are the intervals that constitute a chord, and this is useful, for example, to make chord inversions and to make voicing of the chord, to better choose between chord voicing that we can create. First of all, I write, for example, a simple major triad. For example, in C I have 1, 3, 5, C, E, and G, that are the tonic 1, the major third E, and the perfect fifth G in a C major triad. And I write on the right this little table that I call interval table. And I'm going to write the intervals that I encounter. So in root position I have 1, 3 major third. So I write major third. Then I have 1, 5, an interval of a perfect fifth. Then I have the distance from the third, major third, to the fifth. That's a minor third, so I write minor third. These are the first intervals that I encounter. One here, and one here. 3 interval distance in a root position. Now I pass to the first inversion. That means having the third, major third, as a bass note instead of a root, and take the root and raise by 1 octave up. So I have 3, 5, 1. Consider this 1 like an eighth note octave. And analyze if there are new intervals created. Between the 3 and 5 I have still a minor third that I have list, so I don't add this interval because I have just added one earlier. Between the 5 and 1 I have a perfect fourth, so this is a new 5-1, a new interval, perfect fourth. Then from 3 to the octave I have minor sixth augmented fifth, so I write this new interval like an augmented fifth. As you can see, I must switch to the inversion to obtain the other interval constituting the chord, because the root position by itself can't be exhaustive in all intervals generated. So we pass to the second inversion, in which I have the fifth as a bass note. And I have 5, 1, 3, considering that 1 and 3 are an octave up, and I indicated this with this little indication, apostrophe or number, whichever you want. 5-1 is the same as previous. I indicated before. It is a fourth, and I have a fourth in a perfect fourth in the list. Then 1-3 major third, I have another major third. 5-3, 5-2 tenth, because the interval is a 3 an octave up, so a major tenth interval, and the interval between a fifth on the bottom and a tenth on the top is a major sixth, a new interval that I add here. So I indicate M uppercase sixth. So as I can see, if I think that only root position is enough for my chord analysis, I'm very wrong, because I'm limiting only to 3 intervals, and in opposite, if I analyze the author inversion, I have these 3 more intervals that are very interesting. If I, for example, try to create a new chord voicing or interval disposition of a standard C triad, I can mix the standard consonant intervals with more tension sounding, like an augmented fifth, or for example, or others very modern, like perfect fourth. So I have a lot more opportunities to create chord voicing, and this is the only technique to unleash the great power of chord and chord voicing.